M&A is a craft, right? You can't go to, there's M&A courses, obviously, but it's not like it's not like being a doctor where you go to medical school, right? It's a craft. It's more of an apprentice. So when people learn how to do this, how I learned how to do it is, I worked with a guy named Tron, and he was one of the best contemporary deal. He's still alive. I should talk to him about him in past tense, but Frank was a phenomenal investment banker. And to be able to sit in and watch what he did and learn. So I just had a lot of great mentors over the years. And so again, it's a craft. You pick it up over time. You watch what folks do. You develop the skills, I think just like any craft. So you're not doing the exact same thing day over day. You're really pushing yourself to the limits. And I think for me, one of the things that really helped me, if I'm talking to junior deal makers out there, when I graduated from school, it was all about finance and accounting. You get into investment banking, you're an Excel jockey, right? You spend 15 hours a day punching numbers into Excel. It was miserable. It sucked. But you learned about financial modeling and so on and so forth. When you start really getting into actual M&A, I think really understanding psychology is important. And you can start with basic books like, Thinking Fast and Slow. I think that, that book came out in 2012. I've probably read that 15 times, no doubt. And it's a 400 or 500 page book. And so if you look at my library, it's full of psychological references from psychodynamic therapy and so on and so forth. So understanding these sorts of things. And, Chris Voss was down here a couple of months ago for breakfast. He wrote Never Split the Difference. Great guy. And when I first read his book, I discounted a lot of the things that he said. Because it's not really particularly germane to the type of negotiating I do. But there are some things that he's mentioned in that book, and as I've gone back and thought about it and had discussions with him, that I think are very helpful in the type of negotiations that I do on a day-to-day basis, specifically validations of feeling and so on and so forth. He and I do have some disagreements about the use of deadlines. But I do think there are a lot of things on the topic of emotions and the topic of psychology that I think is very helpful, not only dealing with buyers, but if you're a sell-side advisor, it's dealing with your own client and helping your clients reappraise and reframe their emotional state in order to make logical and reasonable decisions because, at the end of the day, decisions are emotionally made.